What's up, guys? It's NoName4505 here. We've got more PO World Cup action. This time it's Finchinator, who's on US East, versus PKGaming from Team Canada. Ooh. Even though I'm a part of Team US East, it's a conflict, but whatever. Anyways, this is UU turn 1, Empoleon versus Dredagon. Empoleon goes for Ice Beam, Dredagon goes for EQ. Empoleon's going to go down, which means no rocks for Finch. But Dredagon is going to take a huge hit from the Ice Beam. Also, if it's not completely obvious, PKGaming is the side closest to us, or the left side, and Finch is on the right side, because they're not using ult or anything, so it should be obvious, but just in case someone's having like a brain fart today or something. But, yeah. Turn 1 happened. It looks like they're taking their time to make their next move for turn 2, or the replayer's just fucking up. And that looked to be the case there. And now Mew's going to come in. PKGaming's going to decide to conserve his Dredagon for later and go out to his Mew. And we see that it's a Nasty Plot Mew, which is very dangerous for Finchinator, because Nasty Plot Mew is like the most powerful Mew. And it's one of the deadliest Pokemon in the UU tier because, it's just good. It has a ton of coverage, hits pretty hard, it could take a couple of neutral hits, which is what separates it from Nasty Plot Azelf. That it doesn't hit as hard, but it gets that Aura Sphere, which you may or may not need, but Aura Sphere I find is really helpful, and it's bulkier. But, yeah, it looks like Finch is taking his time to make his move. So we see the Scrafty here from Finch. We see the Intimidate also, which means it's either going to be Choice Banded or Sub Punch, since those are the only variants that carry Intimidate. From the damage that Crunch did, that's obviously Choice Banded. So it's a good thing that the Mew switched out of there, otherwise it would have gotten smashed, and the Crobat's going to take a huge hit. And we see the Crobat go for the U-turn. I guess Finch predicted him to not go for the Brave Bird, or Scrafty could take one, because Scrafty's pretty bulky, and I'm guessing that Choice Banded Scrafty is just like max HP, max attack, or something like that. And, the crunch happens. Melodic gets a defense drop, so Melodic may want to switch out of there, depending on how damage rolls go. Or if any more defense drops happen, it could be dangerous for the Melodic. And yeah, PKGaming just does that. He fodders off the Dredagon from earlier just to bring in the Crobat. And now Crobat's probably going to go for the Brave Bird after Finchinator stayed in the first time. PKGaming's going to go for the Brave Bird, which he does. And Finch is going to bring out the Mew, which appears to be a defensive variant. I think we already saw that it was Stall Breaker before with Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Soft Boiled. Or if you want to be that guy who runs Roost, you can run Roost too, and Psychic. So, it's going to take the Brave Bird pretty well, and now PKGaming can just go for a U-turn. Finch is going to go out to the Shandera because it quad resists the U-turn, and, shit, where did the, replayer go? There we go. We didn't miss very much. The Chandelure was forced out by the Flygon switch, and, Finch brought in his Shaman, which is, some kind of defensive variant, more than likely. Now the Bronzong's going to come in. I believe Finch predicts that, or Scrafty was just a good switch to the Flygon, since it wasn't locked into U-turn or anything like that, and it could get an Intimidate off. I don't know how much EQ does from Scarf Flygon, but whatever. PKGaming's going to get his rocks up, but the high jump kick to it KOs the Bronzong, so PKGaming's going to go out to the Crobat, who can take that fairly well because it quad resists it. And it can roost up here. However, the Crobat cannot do very much to the Stallbreaker Mew, which is going to come in next. Crobat's going to get on out of there with the U-turn in case Finch decides to randomly switch, and Finch is going to go for the taunt, I guess try to prevent the Crobat from roosting. And it's going to get the Mew, because that Mew can't Nasty Plot up, and as long as Mew cannot Nasty Plot up the Mew from the PKGaming side, the Stallbreaker Mew from the Finchinator side can win 1v1. So, PKGaming knows that he's going to switch out to Melodic. They're going to exchange Psychics and Scalds, I believe. I'm kind of falling behind here. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they do. And then Finchinator's just going to go out to the Shaman, not wanting to have burns happen, because that would be kind of bad. And now the Shaman's going to reveal that it is a Leech Seed variant. We already knew it was kind of defensive, but almost all of them carry Leech Seed anyway, so it's not like they're revealing anything completely new, but it's just stuff to know. Then we're going to see the Seed Flares. The Crobat's going to come in. There's only 8 Seed Flares. I don't really think that was the best play in the world that Finch could have made. He could have probably revealed like HP Fire, or I'm guessing maybe he has HP Ice and Earth Pack. I'm guessing he has like Protector, Substitute, Leech Seed, HP Ice, and Seed Flare. Even though almost all Sub-Seed Shamans or just Leech Seed Shamans in general have HP Fire from my experience. And that's what I prefer to run. But, you know, I'm not the one who's playing the match, so I'm not going to judge here. Anyways, we have the Nasty Plot Mew, well, it's named Mewtwo, that tricked me up there, versus the Stallbreaker Mew. And, the Nasty Plot Mew actually gets a Nasty Plot up, which is very dangerous for Finchinator, who's already down. And this Mew it can really wreck him. However, he does have the Scrafty to come in, and we get the Psyshock in on the from the Mew, so that's very good for Finchinator. PKGaming couldn't pull the trigger there, so Finchinator gets to live another day, as he's going to double out to Shandera, predicting the Bronzong switch most likely. Or maybe scouting for like Aura Sphere or Fire Blast. I'm pretty sure this is Scarf Shandera because Finch likes to run that. I'm not a big fan of Scarf Shandera because I just don't think it hits hard enough. And if you want a Scarfer, you know, there's like faster Scarfers in the tier, like Menshao, Victini if you want Victini, or Darmanitan if you want a Scarf Fire type. So I'm not a big fan of it, but Finch is running it, making it work well. As on my little ramble there, we missed a couple of things. I didn't even see what happened, but the Mew just went for the Psychic on the Melodic. I'm pretty sure I saw the Nasty Plot Mew come out from PKGaming side, and now we've just got some Will-O-Wisps going around from the Stallbreaker Mew because that's what Stallbreaker Mew does: spreads burns, taunts things, and is just gonna sit here and be an annoyer. So the Mew's going to soft-boiled up here to get back to almost full health. It did get burned, but the burn is probably the most preferred status out of all of the statuses that it could have. So we get the U-turn from Flygon, we get the taunt from Mew, predicting the Nasty Plot Mew to come in, most likely. So because of that, now the Nasty Plot Mew is going to be forced out to the Melodic. We get a soft-boiled here from Finchinator's Mew. Then we get the taunt, so the opposing, Melodic from PKGaming cannot recover. And now we get a Will-O-Wisp predicting the Flygon switch in from Finchinator, as PKGaming is going to go out to the Mew. And now we get a Scrafty in here, as the Nasty Plot Mew is going to go for the Nasty Plot here. And if this Mew has the Aura Sphere or something like that, then now would be the time to go for it, because that would OHKO the Scrafty. But he's going to switch out of there, which means he may not have the Aura Sphere. I don't know what's up with that, but I guess he doesn't have the Aura Sphere. And now Scrafty is just going to go for the Crunch, as shit, what happened? Yeah, someone went for the Crunch, Melodic came in, and then I'm pretty sure the Melodic just got a recover off as Finchinator went out to the Stallbreaker Mew. Yeah, I don't know why I had a brain fart there, but I did. And Finchinator's going to predict the switch out to Flygon as he goes for the Wisp, and Melodic's just going to stay and get a Scald off. And now Mew is going to go for the Soft-Boiled a couple times to get back to almost full, and now we have Melodic in here versus the Stallbreaker Mew. All Mew has to do is go for the taunt, and now it's in a position where it can win this matchup 1v1. If I were Finch, I would go for the Wisp right here. If I were PKGaming, I would go out to the Mew, which means I'm pretty sure he has like Shadow Ball or something if he doesn't have Aura Sphere. But Finch makes the soft boil predicting that Mew switch. I would have predicted the Flygon switch myself, which is why I said I would go for the Wisp there, but that doesn't happen. And that's why I'm not in the position of actually playing, because yeah, I'm not gonna get those predictions right sometimes. But yeah, we get some soft boiling going on. We get some we have this matchup of Mew versus Mew again, as the Finchinator Mew predicts the taunt, or the Finchinator Mew goes for the taunt predicting the Mew switch in, which means it's in a position to win that matchup. If it has the opposing Mew may have Shadow Ball though, which is well, I'm confused about. I don't know. I'm just confused about what's going on with the PKGaming Mew. But yeah, we have this Flygon stuff. We have this Mew just soft-boiling up here, and we get a taunt because the predicted Mew switch. And yeah, we have this Mew versus Mew matchup again. It appears as if the PKGaming Mew doesn't have Shadow Ball or Sphere, which I don't know, maybe it has Thunderbolt or something, but at this point I would really just be going for like Fire Blast, or like I said, Thunderbolt, or whatever move it has. Maybe it's like Double Dance with Rock Polish and Nasty Plot. I would just be going for whatever move you have that's not your Psychic Stab, just to get damage off on that Mew, because the Finchinator Stall Breaker Mew is his win condition, and PKGaming really needs his Mew to win. So again, Finchinator's playing well, predicting the taunt, so the Mew cannot Nasty Plot up, or like I said, maybe it's just like Double Dance or something like that, so it can't get a Rock Polish up if it has that maybe. And yeah, this Mew is just gonna finish it off with the Psychic plus the burn. That's gonna make the game 4-4 now, and with the Nasty Plot Mew out of the way, it's gonna put Finchinator in a very favorable position, because that Nasty Plot Mew was PKGaming's win condition right there, essentially. And yeah, the momentum is very heavily in Finchinator's favor, and as long as he keeps this Stallbreaker Mew around, Finchinator can probably win with the Nasty Plot Mew out of here. And yeah, either the replayer is glitching up, or one of the players is taking some time to make their move. Finchinator's timer is timing down, so it looks like he's just taking some time to make a move, but normally when that happens, the Peanut Gallery is saying some things, but the Peanut Gallery really isn't saying anything. And yeah, now PKGaming is saying something about his Mew, and it looks like Finchinator is trying to make a prediction here, you know, whether to go for the Psychic against the Crobat, or whether to switch out here, predicting the U-turn or something. And apparently PKGaming meant to have Aura Sphere and Fire Blast on the Mew, but that didn't happen because PO fucked up. So that really sucks. That was very lucky for Finch. Like, we have Key to Life here. Mew gets Fire Blast. Oh well, but yeah. That's very unfortunate. Had PKGaming had his two coverage moves there of Aura Sphere and Fire Blast, unless Finchinator played his Scarf Chandera very well, which I guess is a good thing about Scarf Chandera, is that it can outspeed Nasty Plot Mew. Finch probably would have gotten swept by that Mew, because his team was very weak to that. And so now we have the taunt from the Crobat. Out of all the moves that the Crobat would have gone for, I mean, I know why he went for taunt, because soft-boiled is a thing. But, yeah. That's not the play that I would have made there. I think that was just being way too over-aggressive on PKGaming's part, where he was in a position where he really couldn't be aggressive. Especially against that Mew, he had to just get damage off with either Brave Bird or U-turn. Pretty sure Brave Bird does more. And depending if his Crobat is the standard Stallbreaker one with nearly 200 attack EVs, I don't know off the top of my head what number that makes the Crobat hit, because I don't use Stallbreaker Crobat at all, but that should have been enough to take out the Mew from there. And since Finchinator went for the Psychic anyway, even if it did take out the Crobat, it would have gone down for a good cause. and kept PKGaming in it. But when he was already in a down position, that essentially gives Finch the win, because now his Crobat's going to go down, and the Mew is still at a fairly healthy amount of HP. So now we have the Chandelure and here versus the Melodic. Finch tries to trick as PKGaming just goes out to the Bronzong. And now we get a crit Shadow Ball there. Obviously that's bad for PKGaming because he's already in a bad position. Because of the fact that, yeah, he's already down 4-3. He's going to be down 4-2 now, and that Shadow Ball would not have KO'd. However, Finchinator could have just gone for a Fire-type move and taken it out. But he actually went for the Shadow Ball because of the fact that he wanted his Chandelure to die, just giving it in for death fodder, and then he would have gotten his Mew in and got off a soft-boiled, and Mew would have been able to wall his team, and that would have given Finchinator the secure victory. Now he has to worry about, you know, hacks from the Flygon a little bit with his Choice Bandit Scrafty. As long as Scrafty doesn't get critted, it's still Finchinator's game. But we see the Earthquake there from PKGaming to hit the Nidoqueen as Finch just death fodders it off. If this Flygon gets a crit Earthquake, PKGaming can actually pull out the win. If not, then it's Finchinator's game. And we do not get a crit Earthquake from the Flygon, so that is going to be the 2-0 in Finchinator's favor, which is good for me as a member of US East because that means that we won another game. That's more points for us. But that's very bad for PKGaming because had PO not fucked up there, I'm like 90% certain that he would have beaten Finch in that situation because Finch didn't, outside of Scarf Chandelure, Finch had no way of beating the Nasty Plot Mew. And like I said, Scarf Chandelure is not that powerful. So all he really had to do was just go out to like Bronzong or Melodic or something like that to check it and force Finch to predict, even though Melodic, assuming it's special defensive, would have been able to check it anyway, no matter what it is, because like I said, Scarf Chandelure just isn't powerful at all. But yeah, still some GG's. I don't have any more PO World Cup matches saved up, so I'll have to go get some more the next time I'm checking around. So hopefully you'll get some more. Playoffs are almost up, so yeah, like I said, hopefully you can get some more. And yeah, enjoy your days, and peace.